We're live on YouTube. We go live on Facebook as well. I just want to go live on Facebook as well. And then we are set. Right, we are live on Facebook. We are live on Zoom. We are live on all platforms. Good evening and welcome to this week's weekly Elliot Wave weekly analysis webinar. Thank you for joining. There's so many of you. The numbers keep increasing week by week. That goes to show that people are liking what we're doing here on a weekly basis. So thank you for joining. Do share the links and like the video if you like it, obviously. All right, so just click that like button on there. So let's get started. Let's start first by how you can contact me if you would like to. Right, so my email address is always this, what I always start with, because some people don't watch all the way through to the end of the webinar. So my email address is vimanena@gmail.com. And my contact number is plus the international number. If you dial it straight like this on your mobile, it will come straight to me. So that's 278279666324. All right. So should you wish to get hold of me, this is actually an error there. There's no two there. There's no two there. Sorry. I just don't want to retype again. So just do this quickly. I don't know how that happened. Right, so it's vmanena@gmail.com, and that's the number that you can contact me on. So you can call, you can WhatsApp, you can send a Telegram text or email. Either way, you will get hold of me. But the quickest way to get hold of me is through Telegram. All right. So also here on TradingView, you can follow me. That's my profile. That's my profile name. That's vmanena. It's usually hard to get hold of me if you just type up my name, because my username is actually just vmanena on TradingView. Right, on Telegram, this is the group that you will find me on, but this group is mainly just to send the links. Okay, you can see the group is called, okay, I just need to pull it over on another screen, just pull it over. Okay, so that is the group, is Trading Waves. So that's where you'll find that's the link there for the group. Is you can also just type it up on Telegram if you want to get out of it. It's t.me/trading_waves. That's where you will find me on Telegram. Otherwise, you can just send me a text. You can just send me a text on Telegram, WhatsApp, or either method that you prefer. All right. First, now that we brought that out of the way, so we can get started with the business of the day, which is market analysis. All right, so we've got some interesting analysis tonight for the week ahead. All right, so I usually start with a correlation chart between euro US dollar and the DXY. So today I'm going to start with a euro pair. Okay, so this is euro US dollar. I just want to check out the chart that I posted previously. Right. So we can start over there. So this is a euro US dollar chart. Obviously, this was not the first time that we've been talking about this. So we're looking at this correction here. After the wave 3, we were looking for this wave 4 to complete. Right, so this wave 4 completed like this. So you can see here, we had the wave 4 here, and we were anticipating this wave 5. Okay, so we knew how to label this swing here, which I will show when we go to the real chart. All right, so we knew that cycle was not complete, so we needed to get a wave 5. So that's just how it played out. I'm just gonna play that video over there, so you can see how that played out. Okay, so we made a move up. You can see we had a correction breaks, made another correction where you could have entered, made another correction where you could have entered. Okay, just keep playing it. As you can see, right on our way to wave 5. Okay, so there's a reason why I projected my wave 5 at 120, 1230. Okay, it's not just a sum pack. As you can see how this plays out exactly. That's because we focused using the wave theory, which is very accurate. So where to next for the pair? So let's go into the chart. So we've got a way to project the wave 5. And I'm not going to go into the details of that. So just to talk about that, I'm going to do this quickly. The reverse fib between 3 and 4. The minimum wave 5 has been reached at 1.236. Okay, so this can be a valid wave 5 as far as our rules are concerned. Okay, so we've got our 4, we've got our 5 there. But we will only confirm the error of wave 5 if we start getting an indications of reversal. But as far as the cycle is concerned, this pair can reverse now. It can reverse now. Let me just get my MACD up. See if we can get the MACD up. So we need to see, what we need to see is the divergence here. Need to see divergence there. The MACD. I don't know why my MACD has disappeared. Let's put it up. See if we can bring it up here now. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's just coming out very slowly. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull up another one. But in any case, I need to pull it up quickly because I'm gonna need it. Let me just put in another one. This one is misbehaving. Let's pull up the MACD. This one over here. Okay, let's get this one off. Right, so as you can see here on the 4-hour chart, this has not confirmed divergence yet. We need to see divergence to confirm that this is the end of the move. Okay. Right now, any continuation pattern, if we get continuation patterns, we're going to buy them short term. We're going to buy them short term. So this is the 4 hours. So you go look for this continuation pattern on the in the 1 hour time frame. Okay. All right, so that's Euro US dollar. Let's move on. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to do like how I usually do it, where I just go through each and every pair. I'm just going to try and go through as much interesting ones as possible. And by interesting, I mean ones with high probable setups. So let's look at gold. I want to show you something interesting. I mean, week in and week out, there are a lot of you that come and watch these webinars, and you see me drawing up these lines. Sometimes they don't even make sense to you. So I want to show you how accurate what I'm doing is. I'm going to show you how we forecasted 9 consecutive moves on this pair from the 19th of July. I'm going to play you a clip from the 19th of July on gold so you can see how powerful this method is. Okay, so I'm going to go to the daily on gold. I'm looking at gold now. So let's look at gold. Gonna switch everything off here and show you how powerful this method is, so that you can see that there is method to this madness that we do week in and week out. Okay, so this is the chart of gold, and I want to try and bring up the video, just a clip. So let's start it on around here. I don't know if you can hear the sound from there, but I'm going to try and play it. So just watch here quickly. This was the 19th of July, right? So just excuse the quality of the sound, it's not that good. I hope you can hear. So just watch and see what the analysis was, and then we're going to go back to the chart and see how this played out. This was over 8 months ago when we did this analysis. Okay.
It's different to a correction. A correction usually goes sideways, and this is something, this is going sideways, as you can see. Right, so what do I have here? I've got a labeling. I've got a labeling WXY, WX, and then I've got a Y here, right here, at the top somewhere. Okay, so this is giving me a very nice zigzag, and a zigzag is one of the most basic corrections, actually the first correction that you ever find on Elliot. So then I've connected that in the higher degree. So I need to go to the lower degree to take a trade. I don't take trades in the higher degree. Right, so now I want to connect the lower degree. The lower degree here, as you can see, is the red. So basically, what is the lower degree? The lower degree is just a zigzag within the string. Another zigzag within this string. This is what I call a subcorrection. And then what would I expect? I'm going to expect another zigzag. So I'm just going to change the color into red. You can see that I've got another zigzag. I've got another zigzag within this string. And what am I expecting? I'm expecting to have the same thing here on gold, but gold upwards.
Right, so I'm gonna pause it there. Let's go back to our chart. So as you can see here, this was the 19th of July. Look at this move here. All right, so we're gonna get back to this one for about another minute, so we're not gonna waste time. But this is important, so you can see that all these lines that I'm drawing here, this is wave analysis. This is important for what we're doing. So you saw that. I'm gonna put the numbers up here and the labeling. That video was done here. Let's do it here. And the reason why I want to show you this, guys, there's a lot of questions that I've been getting. I think this will answer most of those questions. So this video was done when we were here. Okay, this was before this move played out. You can see this 1, 2, 3. Let's go back to that video again. See if we can find it quickly. See, this is where we were. The video was done here with a small move to the upside here. And you can see that we forecasted this move. Not only these 3 moves, there's over 9 moves that we forecasted on this pair. Okay, that was 19th of July. Last part of the video. Okay, I'm gonna play the last part of the video so you can see the rest of the moves.
All the way up to 1,000. The strings within the red. The strings.
So now what we're doing is we're just going lower degree, because I can show you the direction in the higher degree and you'll never know where to enter the market. Okay, so this is the last part, last piece.
The red. The strings within the red. The strings within the red. So my mouse is just glittery, but you can see the idea. Now, this is what I'm expecting on this string. I'm expecting this. We're gonna have this string here. This obviously is gonna be red. I'm just writing it in X, but you can see that that's gonna be the X in the red degree, and then we're gonna have this. So this would be W, X, Y. This green should be red. I just don't want to keep on changing the colors. So you see, this process keeps on going on and on all the time.
Right, so this is the full picture of the analysis that was done on the 19th of July. And gold has gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 moves. All of them forecasted 6 months ago, 7 months ago. How would I have known using any other method that I was going to get all of these moves? So we bought here. All right, I'm going to show you on the video that we bought here, and then we got this move. On the 18th of December, I showed you a move. I gave you a signal to buy here, targeting 376. Okay, so let's play the last piece.
You need to have the skill to identify this. It's easy when I'm identifying it like this. So we know that this is going up. What do we know now? We know that we can enter within the lower degree. This is what is happening. And we know that what's going to happen.
So now,
But
here,
if I get it,
this is what I was giving the buy from the right at the bottom there, that first move.
a 4-hourly close candle above this trend line, I'll be buying it here. Either way, my stop loss is going to be here.
This was 6 months ago, 7 months ago. I gave you a buy signal here. 3 weeks ago, 18th of December, I gave a buy signal for another leg that is on gold. So you can see how powerful this wave analysis is. It's not just, I'm not just drawing lines without understanding the cycles, without understanding the sequence, right? So I think that should answer a lot of questions. So now there's a lot of people that have been asking questions, trying to compare me with other traders. Obviously, if they're using Elliott Wave, maybe our analysis may be similar. But go and show me one person who has got an analysis on gold the way I've analyzed it like that. You know, so there is not one person that I know who analyzes this way. Okay, maybe they are, but my strategy, this is how I analyze the market. So look at those 2 moves, the 3 moves that I was talking about, the 9 moves that I was talking about. That is there. This piece was forecasted way before it happened. This is where we bought on gold. Okay, so last week I showed you the higher time frame analysis on gold, and I actually said, I think do yourself a favor, go watch the video on the 19th of July 2017. You'll see that this move, all of it, was forecasted. That green that I was going through was going something like this, saying you're going to get a swing like that, you're going to get a swing like that, and now you're getting a swing like this. Continuation all the way around the 386. Initially, I was forecasting 376. Okay, why was I forecasting like it like that? It was easy because this was just one. Go do it with the same color because this is in the same degree. This was just 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the correction in the middle. I've been showing this chart almost every single webinar. See, WX, Y. 2 corrections in combination. Easy. Okay, but I've said it time and time again that you guys are only seeing this piece. This is what you don't see on a weekly basis. Okay, and some people have been asking questions about these charts on the comments on the video. I try to answer as much as possible, but it is not easy to answer charts with text. You know, I always find it easier to speak with a chat. You know, if you're sending me a chat somehow, I'll be able to answer. But I'm so inundated with chat, I wouldn't be able to answer all the questions that you have. So this is what we did last week. I said this is 1, this is like that. Sorry, this is 1, this is 2. That is the correction in the middle there. You can see that's a regular flat. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. Obviously in the middle there, 2, 4, 5. And then I said this is 3 waves. If it's 3 waves, A. There's a whole theory behind the WXY and the ABC. Something like this. So this will be a 1, 2, 3 waves. My mouse is starting to misbehave. Right? That's okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, there's a specific reason why I'm changing this color, because this is not in the same degree. Okay, if you've read Elliott Wave, if you try to study Elliott Wave, you will know that there are different degrees in the market. So this is the piece that I was busy with for 6 months. This piece here. I was busy with this with confidence. Why was I confident? Because I did not just understand this piece only. I understood where this piece falls within the overall structure of the market, within the overall cycle. Okay, so what I've done here now, I don't know if it's going to move my chart. It is actually moving my chart. You'll excuse me because I'm going to write over the MACD there because I don't want to move the whole chart. What I've done here, also, you still don't see the whole picture because this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a correction of this move that's coming from right at the bottom. This move is actually an A. I hope you can see this A. This whole thing is making a B. We don't know how big this B is going to be. Okay, there's a big 5 there. I can't go through the whole cycle like that. So this is just to show you how involved this analysis is to a point where I come here on a weekly basis and show you these pieces. If I had to go through each and every chart the way I go through when I do analysis, we'll only go through one chart in a day, or probably won't even finish it. So I do this. I've got wave counts for all the pairs. So on a weekly basis, I come and show you these pieces because you're just looking for the market direction in the next couple of sessions. That's what I do. Okay, so this is my strategy. This is our analysis. There's additional rules that I've added to the system. Okay, obviously, all credit must be given to Mr. Elliot, Ralph Nelson Elliot, for all the work that he has done. I have not. I mean, if I see people now starting to call it only just the wave theory without putting his name behind it. All I've done is study his theory and interpret it the way I understood it. Right. So I have not added anything additional other than to add into my strategy based on backtesting, where I'll find reversal areas based on Fibonacci's and all that. So you see that I don't even talk about Fibonacci's here. Somebody was asking me about stop loss and targets. That's what you do with your own strategy. I cannot give you stop loss and targets. Obviously, a couple of times I've shown you where you would put your stop loss and your target. That's giving signals. I don't give signals. So that's not how I work. That's why even everybody who is in my group has attended my training, either online or in the classroom. Okay, so this is gold. So what is the next move on gold? Before I take that off, so this will end up something like this. We still need a push higher here. We still need a push higher to this level, about the 383, 400 level, so that this can be a 1, 2, 3. We still need that push higher, and then we're gonna get possibly a drop down, if that's what it's gonna give us. Okay. All right. So that is gold. I think I've wasted almost 20 minutes on this pair, but I think it answers a lot of your questions. I will not be inundated or flooded on my inbox with these questions anymore. You guys can see how this works. So this is the nice thing about being in the information generation. You see a lot of information. You see a lot of people doing the Elliott wave theory. I mean, at the end of the day, it's you who makes a decision which one is right, which one works for you. The reason why everything is I document everything is so you can just look at it and make your own decision. All right, so we are here now. This is the daily chart. We want this move. Remember, this is what we focused on 6 months ago. We want this move to around the 383 area. Okay. Go 4 hour. Then we go the rest of the pairs. And this is not the only pair that has been that I've done like this. I've done NZD, CAD, got a lot of pairs. So during the week I did. Okay, but let's finish gold. Let's finish gold. So gold, you look for continuation. Every time you get something like this, keep buying it until the 386 area. There's something else that made us add more on gold because of these fractals here. So you look at this is that first leg that we traded initially. Look what it did here. It made a move down, made a move up. Same here, made a move down, made a move up. After that, it made this corrective move. As you can see, it dropped down. After that, it just kept going. So any correction, you keep buying it. Right, so just be careful now, because it's very high now. So, but the target is still 380 something area. Okay, so whenever you get corrections, keep buying gold. All right. US dollar CAD. Sorry, I was just quite reading a comment here. Somebody was saying I must update this video. This video is live on YouTube, Facebook, and also on Zoom is available. So it is available. So US dollar CAD, we had this move that we discussed. You can watch the previous videos. Right now we are here. We've got a move up. We've got an impulse. So what we need to see is whether this is gonna do this, go up, or whether you're just gonna get a correction. Clear? Whether we're just gonna correction here. and come and retest this low here. So no new trade here until you get an indication in US dollar CAD. US dollar chief. All right, so US dollar chief. I don't know if some of you have heard me talking about the blue box magic. So we have got a blue box. We've got a blue box here that we will be looking to buy US dollar chief on. Okay, I'm not going to repeat what I said last week because you can. I'm going to just go one time frame higher just to show you why I'm thinking there's a buy signal on US dollar chief. So here it is. Got an impulsive move here. You had a regular flat there. 1, 2, 3. You can see. So after this regular flat, you had an impulse. You had an impulse. Now you've got a correction. So the only thing that we're going to do here is wait for this flag to break to the upside. If it breaks to the upside, we're buying this one. First target here. Second target around this area where these flags will be equal. But for now, we're targeting this area here, which will be over 400 pips, right? So you can see where that comes from. That's daily. So if you just go to the 4-hour chart and show you what I'm talking about by the blue box magic, 4-hour. So I'll be anticipating. That's good. All right, so I want to show you something that I don't usually show in the videos. I don't usually show the fibs and the targets that we use. I'm just going to show you this one. So you can see next week when the market opens, how this will play out. So this is the 1, 2, 3 that we're looking for. You guys know this AB. Everybody knows AB equals to CD move, right? So this is similar to that, as you can see here. Okay, but then what you don't have the rule for is how far must B extend. Well, what if it is not exactly equal? So what I do is I use the fib extension tool to project, and my reversal area will be projected on this area here. So I'll be anticipating reversal around 96.73 and 96 in this blue box area for a move to the upside. So you can catch it from the blue box. You'll be lucky because then you'll get a good entry. I don't really worry about an entry because even if I get it after an impulse and then a correction, a high pro trade, I don't worry about a good entry or perfect entry. It doesn't work for me. I want a high probable trade. So this one we'll be looking at on this pair. Reversal around this blue box. You can project it. You can project this on your chart. Okay, that's US dollar chief. Gold we did. New Zealand. Maybe when I talk about New Zealand, I should talk about all the New Zealand pairs. So this is another. If you go watch all the videos that I've done every single week, week in and week out, we'll be talking about this one. You can see that move. I'm not going to show you the video. I think do yourself a favor, go watch previous videos when I started these things. Right, so we had an impulse down. So we were looking for this move. 1, not with the arrow. Let's change. We're looking for 1, 2, and then 3. Right, so I was basically looking for this move to be equals to this one. Okay, but it did not play out like this zigzag only. So the correction was not actually that one. It was actually, it became a flat correction. So you can see there, this one here, 1, 2, 3. It didn't change anything because I was still looking at this like this. So this move now so far that we've projected here, we check on TradingView, this trade is there as well, where we bought it here. Okay, not just no one go through to trading view, you can go look for it. So this move has already started. It's already over 400 pips up because this was around 67 area. Okay, over 400 pips up on this one. Why was I buying it? Simply because of this 1, 2, 1, 2 impulse correction. Now you're getting an impulsive move. Okay, let's go 4 hour. Go 4 hour. All right, so you're gonna keep buying this. You're gonna keep buying these corrective structures here, like this one. So we got it. So all of this should be in profit, was all forecasted here. So you're getting another correction here, keep buying here. At some point, you're gonna get a deeper one. When you get a deeper one, it's an opportunity to buy. Okay, no new trade at this stage. Let's do Audi US dollar. Audi US dollar. I gave you a historical analysis on this one. Let's go daily, see if we can see clearly. Similar to New Zealand, we keep buying this one. Any corrective structure, you keep buying. Keep buying. First target here, this here, because we've got an impulse. We're looking for this 1, 2, 3 for now. Now it's forming another structure. We don't know which one it is yet, but you can see in terms of the sequence where this should be going. You only have an impulse. You have not got a correction yet. So you should get a correction at some point, right? So you'll be looking for this move. It already has started, which I also focused when I did the historical analysis on this one. All right. So that's Audi US dollar, dollar index, US dollar JPY. Okay, so US dollar JPY is a little bit tricky at this stage, but I am looking at US dollar chief and like the expected move up. We may be getting a move to the upside on US dollar JPY. So this is what we have here. Like I do the same thing on this pair every single week. Actually, this one has changed a bit because now we're looking at it like this. Got an impulse, got this correction in the middle. And so what we look like we're getting something like this one. Impulse down. This in the lower degree, and then get a 1, 2, 3 there. So now we may be getting another 1, 2, 3 to the downside. If it does that, 1, 2, 3, we may be getting this flat correction here. Okay, so if that is the flat correction, that means we're still gonna get a move down. But for now, we are at this critical area. We need to watch what happens. So if it reverses here, so last week, I think some of our members were a bit too quick when they saw the 4-hour candle reversal, but I was not interested in it before it came to this level. Okay, because it had not formed any kind of structure. I'll just show you the 4-hour and why it would have confused you. So that's something else about correlation. Correlation can help you to focus the market. And some people use correlation with a blanket approach. Just because one pair, you've got same quoted pairs doesn't mean that they're going to go in the same direction. There's a whole theory on correlation. So we are here now. Let's go do that. Get the pair original. So we are here at this level. You can see this green, big green 4-hour candle here that you would have thought it was a reversal. This is why I keep saying, if you're going to buy a reversal, you need to make sure that it gives you an impulse and a correction. You don't just buy it like that. This is what happened here. It went up, but it just came down like that. Okay? So it will not go, this does not mean anything. Candles don't mean anything. You don't trade candles, you trade patterns and cycles and sequences. Okay, so now we are at this level. Support and resistance traders will love this because they'll call it like a major level, something like that. But I'm just looking at the patterns. Okay. Let's watch what happens when it comes to this level. We need a strong impulse, a convincing impulse. Then we're going to get this shot trade to the upside. Okay, to that level. Let's use DJPY. Now DJPY we did. So let's just do all the euro pairs, all the yen pairs. Sorry. Now looking at the yen pairs, the euro. This move we got by looking at 1, 2, 3. Remember, there was an impulse here. There's an impulsive move here. There's this big impulsive move. If you go to your chart, you'll see that's a big impulsive move. And then you had this complicated structure here, which if you are a beginner, you would find it very hard to focus. Okay, let me do it cleanly. Because there are new people who have not watched this, so may need to be clear. All right, so that's the impulse. It's coming from way down. After the impulse, you get 1, 2, 3. After the 1, 2, 3, you get a connector, 1, 2, 3. That one, you get another correction, 1, 2, 3. So you can see essentially what you have here is this regular flat. And another regular flat in between, I'll call it expanding. And then a running flat. And then you get a move. When it gives you a correction there, you get this move to the upside. So last week I said, this is going to give you a big correction. Okay, big correction. So this is how you will know when the market is reversing or correcting. When you know the full cycle. And I'll show you when we get to Audi, Euro Audi, that the market does not just always reverse by giving an impulse and a correction. All right, so we were looking at this historically. If I showed this last week as well. Let's go Euro. You can get it. Yes, that's Euro JPY. Okay, I think somebody commented on my Twitter post and showed me how I can get data as far back as 1972. At least that can work. So I think this is, you can do that now. Let's get Euro JPY using IDC chart. So IDC chart on TradingView can use data as far back as. If you just use any other brokers, they mostly just give you data from 1994. Okay, this one is perfect. It gives us at least, you can see here, that's 1972. We can work with 1972 now for what we want to do here. We still want this. This is historical, guys. We still want this to take this level. Clear on this. Why I still want this to take. You can see historically, you can't even see that reversal. Because this pulse is still strong to the upside. Anything that's going to happen here is a correction. So we will be looking for this to kind of take this level first. Make another impulse there. Move to the upside, giving us this two. Let's do it with a different color so you can differentiate. Let's do it with the red. 2, 3. In the higher time frame, this is what we're looking for. That's here. After that, it does this. 3, giving me a regular flat. Remember what we did on gold? These lines are very powerful, guys. These are waves. These are waves. Here, focused of this on this chart on this pair. You need to know the internals, and if you're just looking at this, you need to get the GPS for the internals as well. So we're anticipating that this will still push up to around the 150 area, currently around 135. Okay, we had a drop of over 200 pips. doesn't mean anything. The cycle is still up. This is what gives you confidence when you know the overall cycle. Okay, so we still want expecting this move up, move down, move up. This is a big move to the upside. This is a big move to the downside. Obviously, there's going to be another. We can forecast this forever if we wanted to. Right? So after this, we should get another move down, whatever it gives us. So we can forecast this on and on because this is just fractals. It's just a spiral that goes like this. It starts small and just keeps growing, right? So if we find it growing, so we just reverse the spiral until we go to the smallest time frame and we see where we need to take a trade. Okay, so right now there's no new trade on euro. We need to see what it gives us. We saw the impulsive move down. Now we've got an impulsive move up. So let's go to the daily chart. Back to the daily chart just to see that move. So there's a move that we can get on the daily. So you see that reversal on the daily. Not because it's a big candle, guys, because we're following the cycle. I'm going to go to the 4 hour now. So remember, I'm looking for the correction before we go to 150. It's not going to go in one move. This is what happened on Friday. Okay, you got that? So to enter this, you need to get a correction. Actually, a 4 hour correction here to hop on for a big move to the upside. When you get this one, you don't let it go until it goes to 150 initially. All right, so Euro JPY, US dollar chief. So this one actually made 2 moves since the last webinar. Let's go daily on this one. Okay. Yes, fractals now. Right. So this one last week, I wanted it to tag this level here. You can see here it missed by this much and left us behind. And I actually did not get this move to the downside, even though I forecasted it. But because it did not give me a setup as far as my strategy is concerned, I did not take it. That is the kind of discipline you need as a trader. You only take trades that confirm your strategy, and your strategy must be so solid in such a way that it makes the decision for you. You don't have to make any decision. You don't have to be thinking, should I not? The strategy must tell you you should. Then you just follow it with discipline. So if you trust your strategy, whatever confirmation you get, you'll take it with risk management. That's how you trade with confidence. That's how you sleep at night with trades running for weeks and days, because you know where the market is going. So we got this drop to the downside, which I did not get. I see there's a kind of a reversal happening there. Right now, I'm not looking for any new trade here because I wanted this to give me this 1, 2, 3, and then a drop. Obviously, we got the drop now, but I wanted to take it as far high as possible. Right? So we need to see what we get here, whether we're going to get a sideways move. But for now, this one is just it's just messy and not clear. All right, so Audi JPY. To Audi JPY. Audi JPY focused this expanding flat last week. You can see after the expanding flat what happens. This is what you're getting. Now you've got an impulsive move down. You need to see what happens here. Whether you're going to get something like this, or move up. For now, you haven't got anything. You just got an impulse. You can't buy or sell this at this stage. You haven't got anything that's telling you to buy or sell. Okay, so you wait for the next coming sessions, see how this plays out. Next couple of days actually will give us an indication. All right, so that's Audi, New Zealand. The New Zealand, like the rest of the New Zealand pairs, have done the same structure. Maybe let me do all the New Zealand pairs right now. So you can see the same structure that I was talking about on New Zealand US dollar. If you remember, New Zealand US dollar, we had this big impulsive move to the downside, but this one is a little bit different because now we had the impulse correction here in the middle. See here? So when this broke out, it was confirming what the rest of the New Zealand pairs are doing here. Okay, so because of this, 1, 2, 3 here. So we anticipate the similar moves, similar to what we're anticipating. You can see the correlations with all the New Zealand pairs. Excuse me. So New Zealand Chief is doing the same thing. You just go to New Zealand Chief, and then I'll do New Zealand Head as well. You'll see the structure is the same. Let's do New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD, you can see it's the same structure all around. In this case, this is what you have. You've got an expanding, kind of an expanding flat that looks like this. Actually, a running flat. If it goes here, it will be a running flat because it has broken the top, but it hasn't broken the low. But the possibilities are this can still do this. We've got a three-wave pullback here. This may still come down here to this level, making this a proper expanding flat. But because New Zealand US dollar looks like it's already gone, then we may need to look at this as a running flat. That's what correlation helps us now. So we've got a move. We've got a three-wave move. I'm coming here to the last part. We've got a three-wave move. Does this mean a reversal? We don't know at this stage, but New Zealand US dollar is already ahead. We already got a big move to the upside. So what this could possibly do is give you another move like this, correction, before another move to the upside. Okay. So I think in the coming weeks, I want to do a historical analysis on this one. This is one of the very interesting pairs, especially for most of you that are learning Elliott waves, because this now will do a W, 1, 2, 3, a W, and then an X. Then we can just keep training in corrective structures. So what we need to see in the next coming weeks is whether this gives us this correction or a move to the upside. So this is the reason why I said this is a very interesting pair, because when you look at it, if you open the weekly chart, and this is the first chart that we always do after our course, you go and try and label this. That's all the data that's available on TradingView using the FXM broker there. So go and try and label this. That's your homework. Go and try this one. You've learned the theory on the internet, all the free stuff, so much free information on the internet. Now you go try and label this one. Okay, New Zealand Chief, similar structure. I'm gonna finish the New Zealand and then we'll go start the pound and the euros. You can see that's the same structure on the weekly. New Zealand Chief, you're getting this move up. So you can see that the other New Zealand pairs have advanced quite a bit. So you may just be doing correction here to get these moves. Okay, so let's see how this one plays out in the next kind of session. Now, so let's do the pound pairs. Right, so we made a lot of money on the pound on Friday. Thursday, I did a historical analysis, a special webinar on the historical analysis of pound US dollar. Those who watched it should have made a lot of money on Friday because this has played out to the pip. So I just want to make minor adjustments here. I'm not going to go through it historically. You can just go watch that video. It was done last week, Thursday. I'm going to go daily here and just show the adjustment in terms of the target. Initial target has been crushed in just one day. So this is how I was looking at this, and I'm going to show you what the adjustment is. You remember, this is what we had here. We had an impulsive move. We're focusing this as an impulse. And another impulse. Making this a three-wave move. Now you've got a running flat. Actually, I want to do it differently. Right, so this will be a running flat. Come on. Right, so this will be a running flat like that. Right, so this is a three-wave move. Three-wave move, running flat. That one is a regular. The first one is was looking like a regular. So this is what I anticipated here. I was thinking last week when I did this, I was thinking that this was going to do 1, 2, 3. Going to do another 1, 2, 3, and then a move down, which will give us this expanding flat here before another move to the upside. So here's the adjustment. So but before we talk about the adjustment, let's just check what the sequence was here. I'm looking at this as W, X, Y, 3 waves. And that is your W, 1, 2, 3, X, 3 waves. And then this was going to be a 1, a 2, a 3, and then a Y, which is a Y. Okay? So this is why when I did the historical analysis chart on this one, when I did a historical analysis on this one, I was focusing that we're going to get a move down. But it seems like this will be the change. Remember, this was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, W, 1, 2, 3, X, 1, 2, the 3, the X will be here. Let me label it W. Let me not confuse you. Just do it nice and easy. It will be 1, 2, 3, W. 1, 2, 3, X. 1, 2, 3, Y. See. And then if you label it lower and lower, this will be W, X, Y. I did this last week. W, X, Y. W, X, Y. So I'll focus on that this red X will get a move to the downside. It is still possible, but there's a highly likely possibility looking at how the market played out last week, which is this. Instead of getting this move here, I'm going to do the yellow in the arrow, in using arrows. This could just have been a 1, a 2, and a 3, which will still be a Y there, which is a W, but then our X is going to be here, eliminating this option of having to come down first. So it will just be 1, 2, 3, W, 1, 2, 3, X, 1, 2, 3, Y, instead of getting this move here. That was going to make it a regular flat. Instead, it's just going to make it a zigzag. Where does this zigzag go up to? Around the 140 area. So this may still move around 140 area. Okay, let's go to the 4-hour chart. So how we will know that there's continuation or reversal, and I'm more inclined to a continuation now. We need to see this giving us a correction. But because this move is now so strong, this correction may not be so deep. Just go look for it in the 4-hour. I mean, in the 1 hour. Any move that gives you something like this on the 1 hour, keep buying it until this area, first of all, and then we'll look how it plays out from that level. All right, so pound chief was the trade of the week last week. Did not play out as we wanted. It happens. That's normal. Okay. It did go the way we wanted, but this was the analysis last week. We wanted this. As you can see here, we had the divergence, strong divergence. We had strong divergence, and we anticipated that we wanted this move to come to this level. But look what it does. It goes in first and then comes up here. Now look for this correction, the upside, and the trend line has changed now. It's no longer like that. So this is why trend lines can be so useless. Before anything played out, we had it like that. So now we have it like that. Okay. That's what we have now. So we need to get a corrective structure like this. So I'm anticipating all the pound pairs to continue with their strength from last week. Okay. So get corrective structures like this. And because this is what happens when the move is so strong, you will not get it deep like this. And you may struggle to get an entry. So go to the 15-minute, 30 minutes to get continuation. Because you cannot just hop on and trade like this. Because if you just hopping on this here, where it is now, you need to put your stop loss here. And you can see all of these 300 pips that has already moved. So you wait for it to correct so you can put your stop loss just under the flag. So that's pound chief, pound JPY. Pound JPY up. Similar to all the other pairs, pound JPY. Actually, pound JPY, I was on this short here. Okay, when I do historical analysis to show why I was short on this one, what has changed. This move to the upside happened last week on pound JPY. So now look for this move here. For this move. Continuation on the pound strength. So something very interesting. I didn't even know that there was news or data coming out on Friday. I just found my account going 12% up in a few trades that I was holding because this moved quite quick. Right, so pound CAD. Clear one, and it is just getting started. This one is just getting started. Okay, I'm gonna go into the whole analysis on this. Look for continuation. It's way beyond that. So if I just go daily, let's just see what the target will be. Start this structure. Get it cleared. So pound CAD, you'll be looking for this move to the upside. Why? 1, 2, 3. So you see here, if I just say, okay, look for upside, you must go and you must understand why I'm saying look for upside. Okay, just guessing. Look for upside up to this level. Still quite a long way to go. You can see that's over 800 pips. Doesn't go in one straight line. Likelihood of this moving quite strongly to the upside is very high. Okay, you had a 3-wave correction similar to USD chip that I was talking about now. See, this is what you have here, 3-wave pullback. Okay, and then you can see what happens after 3 waves correction. You get an impulse. What do you expect here? You need to get a correction in the lower time frame. This is daily in the lower time frame for a further move to go retrace that level. Okay, but it may not go. There's a possibility that it doesn't go like that. It goes instead 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, gives you a regular flat here before it goes up. So even if you know the direction, you still need to know the GPS of the smaller time frame. But you won't leave it if it gives you something like this, because it may just go straight. And because of this strong move, I'm expecting that it may just go straight. Okay, that's pound CAD. So pound CAD is quite clear compared to the rest. So if you remember 3 weeks ago on the pound, I said there's something coming on the pound. I said watch out for the pound because they were all forming similar structures, and these are the structures that they were all forming. Let's go 4 hour on this one. And this is the structure that we've been trading a lot accurately in our group. This is when a pair does this, it gives an impulse and then it slows down. It does not correct as we because the correction that we anticipate is something like this, because correction is supposed to oppose the move. But instead of opposing the move, the impulse just slows down. So this is what you have here. When this started here, this move, I said, watch out for the pound pair. This looks like a running flat, but what has happened here is this pair moved down and then it just slows down like that. Normally that move, we're still trying to figure out what to call that structure. Normally that move happens with strong divergence. It happens with strong divergence. I said watch out for the pounds even before this structure played out. I think we were still here because I saw it was doing something like this instead of doing a correction like that. I hope that is clear. So this is what I was anticipating. All the pound pairs to reverse, as you can see here, all of them reversed on Friday. Those who follow me every week to remember that I said watch out for the pound pairs. Something is coming, I don't know what it is. This is the power of wave analysis. It does not lag, it leads. Okay, we could forecast ahead that we're going to get a reversal. As you can see here, pound New Zealand, we got this structure. You'll see that pound Audi as well has got the same structure. So we're just going to be waiting. We're just going to be looking for continuation. We're just going to be looking for continuation on all these pairs. So I'm going to show you something interesting here. So as you can see, impulse, what happens? It slows down. Some will call this a wedge or whatever, but this is an impulse and this move slows down and we get a big impulsive move to the upside. So what are we anticipating? We're anticipating this. So this is what happens normally with people and how they blow their accounts. Even if you were trading this to the downside, let's say, okay, it was easier to get this move, you sell here. What happens when this moves to the upside like this? You're going to panic and obviously take the trade because this is not clear. I mean, you cannot be getting a move that moves down and retraces almost 90% of what you have, 90% of your profits. You're going to be off, right? So let's say you get it here as well. You sell here, but look what happens. It starts correcting to the upside. Almost 80% of what you would have sold it at wiped out. Now here as well, okay, you sell and then it starts taking you out. What happened? What has happened to you during this period? This is between, this was actually during December holidays. Those who did not take holidays. That's why I was on a holiday in December, because I don't like trading these things. What I like is moves like this. Strong trends to the upside. Sometimes guys in my group will be wondering, why am I not posting trades? I don't post trades when you're trading something like this because I like big moves. I like trending moves. Okay, so now we are trending. So let's just say somebody who doesn't know anything about Forex just starts low funding their account and they found it, incidentally, they found this move happening. They buy for some reason, they buy. They make money here. Okay, they start making money and everybody now you start thinking Forex is easy because you're making money. Everybody can make money on a trending market because you just buy and let it ride. But when this starts happening, everybody's blowing their accounts. Yeah, this is where you're blowing accounts. And by the time you run out of money, that's when the market starts trending. Now you don't even have enough money, account is blown. Okay, you had 10,000 rand, now you just fund with $1,000. Okay, you can't take those big trades anymore. You don't make money. Sorry, $10,000. Let's talk dollars. Yeah. Okay. Just for example. So now this is going to be a trending market. The trend has started. Even people who know how to trade will be making money. But until it starts doing this, all that money that would have made, because now they're arrogant, they're greedy, think Forex is easy, all this money is going to be lost in the correction. Okay. So let's make money now in the trend and take a break when it corrects. Because we know how long we don't know how long the correction is going to take, but we know when it ends. Right, so that's all a pound pairs, pound chief, pound US dollar, pound Audi. Let's do all the euro pairs. Let's do it with euro Audi. So that structure was happening in the euro pairs as well. To euro Audi. Euro Audi is beautiful. Very clear. See, the trend started. While you were losing money in December with the market that does this, whether you were buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, the money probably ran out here if you're not experienced. Now, those who know how to trade will be trading this market. This is what we're looking for. Okay? We'll be looking for the trend. Okay? Continuations. Look for this continuation. It has already started in the 4 hour. If you look at it on the 1 hour, now we start making money. Okay, so the 1 hour looks something like that. Okay, we're going to be waiting for this to the upside. So something that is important to note, as much as you know the direction of a correction, you don't trade within the correction. If you remember last week or the week before, when we did analysis, this pair had done something like this. And if you go watch last week, you'll see that I forecasted that you're going to get this move. You're going to get this move, you're going to get this move, you're going to get this move, you're going to get this move before you get the move down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go watch. You'll see that I've focused them. But did I trade up? Did I trade down? Did I trade up? Did I trade down? I trade any of this. What I wait for is this move to the downside and these ones. Because these are very risky moves. Because let's say I'm selling here. Look what happens. It just comes and takes me out. Right? If I sell here, it just comes and takes me out. Unless that will either require me to be on the screen full time. And I don't have that kind of time to be sitting and watching the price. That just sucks you in emotionally. Okay? So now wait for these continuations. We are now starting the trend. Okay, that's Euro Audi. So if we look at Euro Audi, once again, the importance of understanding structure. Watch this trade that was posted a year ago on the weekly. I don't know if I've shown this one before. I'm going to try and put it up. If we can put this one up, if I can find it. US, let's see if I can find it. Euro US dollar. New Zealand. I hope I can find it. There we go. Euro Audi, just to show you the power of structure and why I want this to continue to the upside. Why I want Euro Audi to continue to the upside. So this was 11 December 2016. It's more than a year ago. All right, so focus to this the weekly chart. This is the weekly. Should be the weekly chart. Okay. So now watch this one play out. This is on the weekly. So you can see here, we wanted it to drop for a bit more before the move up. We will show you the move that we traded. Obviously, this first leg we traded. You can see it went there to that level, to the target. This is on trading view. This was trade posted on trading view. What does it do after that? After that, it gives us this correction. 1, 2, 3. What happens after that? What would you expect? You anticipate all these crazy lines that I keep drawing, giving crazy targets. Anticipate that the move will go to 158. So a year ago, we were 144. That's over how many pips? Over 2,000 pips almost 2,000 pips. So somebody will think you're crazy when you focus 2,000 pips, but look what happens. This is why I'm saying Euro Audi and the Euro pace, we're not done yet. We still want that move. So now we are in this correction. We're in this correction. We want at least to come to that level. See, this is not madness. There's actually method to this madness. Okay? As you can see. So that's what we're looking for. All right. So we already had that move up. So we're anticipating it to do the last move to the upside. A year ago, this is what we focused in. Okay? Let's see if I can close that now. I think you can see that clearly. That's the power of waves. So finish all the other Euro pairs. The rest of the Euro pairs. Euro New Zealand. Same. Go 4 hour. The trend has started. We need a correction. Go 4 hour. Thank you, Mbona M. That's the power of waves. If you understand this, for me, this is the Holy Grail. This is the Holy Grail. So we want this to break here. Gives us a correction and then move to the upside. Okay, we're not going to talk about targets here. I'm going to talk about it next week. Okay. All right, so that's Euro New Zealand. We're looking for its continuations now. Euro CAD. Guys in my group have been doing the pound and the euro pairs, and they've been very impressive. They've improved leaps and bounds since we did the course. Very impressive stuff. So we can actually see the power of waves. We actually see the charts with the same eye. 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, we've got the same direction. We've got the same bias. Okay, so what are we looking for here? You had a 3-wave pullback. 1, 2, 3. Now I've got the impulse. We'll be looking for this to go break to the upside here. Okay, so we're still waiting for continuation, similar to all the other euro pairs. I can go in detail here, but that's going to take too much time because we still have to do a few cryptocurrencies. So the trend is the same with all the euro pairs. We're anticipating upside on the euros. We're anticipating upside on the pound, even though that's not going to be for a long term. Okay, you can see here, Chief. This one is very risky. We're still anticipating move up. This is the daily chart. Go to the lower time frame. We're still anticipating more upside. Okay, the New Zealand's we've already done. Pound, euro pound. Okay, if you're interested in the course, please send me an email or a text on Telegram as per the details that I've posted. If I talk about the course, it's going to take too much time for the webinar. Okay, so this is euro, pound. Let's just see everything up here. So we've got an impulse. We've got 1, 2, 3. I wanted to get another move in this direction, in this blue. But what is possibly going to happen here is probably going to have something like this. So when we complete this move to the downside, because you remember the euro now is the quoted currency, it's the base currency in this case. We are still anticipating the short move on the pound. So that may be the short move here, which will drop euro pound before we get the move to the downside on the pound pace. So there's a short move that we're anticipating that will confirm the upside that we're looking for on the pound. And this will be 1, 2, 3. Okay, before we get a move down. So we already had the move down. This is what we're easy with now. We understand what is going on with this correction. Right now, no new trade on this one. Right. That's euro pound. So that's all the euro pairs and the pound pairs. Audi CAD. Let's do Audi CAD. So Audi CAD, I'm anticipating more upside. More upside. You can see you're correcting here. You've got an impulse. You're correcting. But remember, every time I say I'm anticipating more upside or more downside, is because of the structure. We'll do this one more time. I don't like saying upside, downside without showing why, because it feels like I'm just giving you signals, and people like to follow signals blindly. You can see we've got a 1, 2, 3 correction. Correction here, 1, 2, 3. You have the regular flag here, and now after the completion of a regular flag, you are getting this move. So we anticipate correction here. You're welcome, Rose. So we're anticipating that this may give us a deeper correction. 2, 3, further up. So most of the pairs that have got the CAD as quoted. So you saw that US dollar CAD, we are anticipating a move to the downside for the short term. So CAD here is quoted, so we should have CAD going up. So Audi New Zealand, adding New Zealand. Okay, so this is what you're adding New Zealand is 1, 2, 3. You're getting a 1, 2. Here on this level, you may get something like that. And this one as yet. You start getting the move to the downside. Okay, I'm not interested in this one. I'm interested in strong trending moves. Because they move quite fast. I'm not very patient. I don't like trading these things. Even if I know the direction, I can't stand watching and holding to this. So I think I've done essentially almost every pair. Maybe I'll do silver and oil. And then we do the Bitcoin and the other currencies. So silver is the same as gold. You can see here you're getting this correction. You got this, that move. Gold, we are the impulse. The 1, 2, 3, like getting the one impulse. And here you will get continuation. So silver around the 18 area, anticipating it to continue with the bullish trend. Oil, somebody commented on the one of the charts, one of the videos, asking will oil ever correct? You see, these questions are very vague, and I'll show you what I mean by that. When you ask a question, like if you're asking an analysis I did, show me a chart, what you're looking at, then that makes more sense to me. But if you're just saying a yellow W or the WXY is going to make a correction there, I have no clue what you're talking about. So you send a chart, show me what you're talking about. If you do get to your chart and I've got time to answer you, I will answer. Right? So I do not just ignore your questions. It's just that it's not easy to understand a commentary on a chart. So oil is very easy, and I've been saying this 1, 2, 3, easy. This, I said I want this to be equals to this, and this will be equals to this one at 68. So I kept saying, keep buying oil until the 68 area, and wait for deep correction. And you've been getting corrections all over. So the person was asking, will oil ever correct? This is a big correction. Which correction are you talking about? This is a small correction in the lower degree. Corrects and moves up. Corrects and moves up. I said deeper correction, we got this one. And then it's still moving up. So here it's very risky, especially to buy around the 68 area, because that is the area where this will be equals to that one. Okay. So for now, oil, most of the people are expecting to sell it right now, but I would only start looking at oil when it reaches this level and then it reverses. Because even if it reverses, it may not be the drop. It may be the 3-wave pullback or something that will correct like this, a deep correction like this, which is a WXY. Correcting this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 before we start getting a move up. And most of the time, if you look at the overall structure of oil, it trends in 3 waves. So that's all the pairs that I needed to look at. If there's one that I missed that you're dying to have analyzed, you can please just type it on the chat box. But for now, let's just look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, all these cryptocurrencies are currently just on a sideways move. They are all correct. As you can see here, you've got the big move. From when they started, you just get a parabolic move up like that. Only now they're starting to give you this correction. How far will this correction end? You need this one, you need to drill in and understand. So that when the correction ends, because if this is what the correction is going to do. When it starts going up, we're going to get a move like this again. Right? So most of the people now, there's a hype about Bitcoin and all these digital currencies. All people are only starting to hear about it now. People want to enter, and this is what's going to happen to their accounts, and everybody's going to picnic. And when everybody has done their accounts, we're going to get this parabolic move again. Okay. So now let's look at what is happening currently on the 4-hour. Let's look at the 4-hour. We've got about 10 minutes on the video. So this was the last point of the correction. You made an impulse down. Now you made an impulse move up. Looks like you're getting this green correction here. It looks like a regular flat. I thought it was a regular flat, okay? But let's see what it does here, because here you may get something like this for a continuation to the downside, which will come take this level and give us this big sideways move like this. Okay, so this is why now it is very tricky to enter Bitcoin. Litecoin is exactly the same. XRP is also on the list. I'm going to do it now. Here. Okay, let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin is exactly the same. This is the last point, the last high. Now we get the impulse to move up. We're getting this, looks like a regular flat, but we need to see what this will do here, because it may give continuation, also comes up, comes up, comes up, for another move down before we go up. So this is what's going to catch the people. Do not do it so fast. This is what might catch people, because now there's a hype. Okay, when people didn't know about it, when people were still skeptical about Bitcoin, this is what it was doing. Now everybody knows. Look what is happening. When everybody gives up, we're going to go up. That's why it's important to have this analysis. So that's Litecoin. And then we do Ethereum. Okay, so this one looks like we had a reversal here, impulse, maybe getting a move like this, well, before we get another move to the upside. But right now it is not very clear. But if you get a sell set up here, I don't like selling the cryptocurrencies at this stage. I'm not going to put any sales. Even if I get a sell set up, I'm only waiting for them to confirm upside. Okay, so even if it confirms upside, I'm not taking it. I mean downside, I'm not taking downside. Okay, the trend is still very strong, but it looks like we're going sideways, and that's what I like. When the market goes sideways, that's when it tells me exactly where it's going. Unlike a trending market like this, when it's trending like this, you don't know whether it's going to reverse or continue up. But when it's correcting, then you can analyze the correction. So Litecoin, just in January alone, I think it moved over 300, 500%, because it was at 1, and at some point it went to about 3. Okay? It was under 1, about $60 cents. So now we've got a 3-wave pullback like that. This looked like it was going to give a pause, but now we're getting this reversal here as well. So this may still come down here, still come down there. Okay. Right now, very unclear. We don't have enough information on this cryptocurrencies at this stage, but that's what I like. When the correction starts completing, we will know which direction to take. So if it comes around this area, we're getting that parabolic move again. Right now, it's just correction. You can see it's not going anywhere right now. All the cryptocurrencies are not going anywhere right now. They're just correcting. Okay. Any other pair that somebody wants? I think that's all I had for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're gonna make money next week. Pound and the euros, you're still gonna get a trend. If there's no other questions, I'm gonna end the webinar now. Thank you very much for attending. I'm gonna stop it the live recording on YouTube and the Facebook. Thanks for attending, guys.